5 potential projects with either small market caps or that have yet to launch. Careful here though, if you're new to crypto, you should take extreme caution when investing in low cap cryptos. Stay away if you're unsure of your crypto knowledge. That being said, the first project on the list that piqued my interest is Fala Network. We live in a world that depends on storing data, sometimes too much data. I mean, I have hundreds of useless screenshots on my phone, just in case I might need that tracking number from 2015. But to this day, we mostly rely on centralized servers like AWS to store our data. But recently I found out that there are other options, a world where you are in control of your own privacy and data. This comes with a downside though. Privacy-focused servers affect a network's efficiency. It takes more resources to store something decentralized versus centralized like Amazon. However, according to Fala Network, this is no longer the case. The Fala Network is a transparent and private global computational cloud, basically a decentralized storage network with a little bit of a twist. They claim to give users the top performance of centralized servers and the trustless privacy of decentralized systems, effectively combining the best of Web 2.0 and Web 3.0. They do this by separating the computation needed to store data from the consensus needed to make sure that the data is accurate. So coming across this project, it made me think about how privacy is becoming more valued. So it wouldn't be surprising if we see Fala Network reach some new price discovery soon as more people learn about this project. This could be a great buy right now at the current price levels as well. Looking at the 1-year chart for Fala Network, I noticed that since the end of February this year, Fala has been bouncing between 70 cents and $1. All-time high is a little over $1.20. Basically, 3/4 of a year have gone by and there's really no exciting price movement here. But I do admire how strong the support is at 70 cents. That tells me that the investors are diamond handing it and believe in the future of Fala. Sometimes the price of tokens are boring for a long time before we see that exciting price movement upwards. I mean, take a look at KIBA or really any project that has blown up over time. I'm honestly surprised that it's not trading higher yet, and I think Fala's price still has some ground to cover. Now, given the hype of Polkadot parachains, which Fala is one, it seems like this project could take off along with the Polkadot ecosystem as well, which of course has some momentum behind it. Something else I could see take off is the interest that you can earn on your crypto by making an account with BlockFi. There you can earn yield on your crypto and stable coins. And if you're into buying stuff, you can check out their Bitcoin credit card where you can get cash back in Bitcoin as well. So the Fala Network is exciting, but of course, as always, do your own due diligence as well. Now, next on this list is SundaySwap. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'd know that I have covered SundaySwap before. SundaySwap is the decentralized exchange building on Cardano with the most publicity. SundaySwap could potentially be a win for anyone looking to capitalize on the growth of the Cardano blockchain. In the past, I've expressed my concerns regarding token supply and the team's ability to deliver their promises, but nonetheless, I saw some news recently where SundaySwap announced that the SPO ISO vote has begun. With the vote, the SundaySwap community will be able to vote on the staking pool operators for the project. This is one of the final initiatives to prepare for the SundaySwap initial stake pool offering, which could be a profitable investment opportunity. Now, the token isn't tradable just yet. At some point, the Sunday token will be available to trade just like any other token on the market, but for now, we'll have to just wait. The SundaySwap ISO will go live once the DEX goes live, which could be in the near future. But as always, remember that there is still a risk in investing no matter how good the publicity for a project is. And also on top of this, there are several other DEX contenders when it comes to the Cardano DEX race, and I will link a video in the description of this video where I personally interviewed 6 of the top Cardano DEXs. You should absolutely watch that video. Now, number 3 on this list is a project that I just learned about called Blockbank. I found Blockbank one afternoon when I was scrolling through microcaps on CoinMarketCap, and we can see it just launched back in April, but the price looks pretty bottomed out right now. Well, Blockbank is modestly priced. Their achievements are far more than just modest. I went to the Blockbank website and I was really impressed with what I saw. They have very good design and advertise themselves to be the future of banking. Now, I thought this was pretty bold, so I went ahead and read their white paper. They talk about the barriers to entry with DeFi, and let me tell you, that is something I can relate to. And the fact that normal retail users don't have the time or energy to learn the ins and outs of DeFi is a huge barrier to entry here. I mean, okay, I remember I was telling my grandpa about staking Cardano ADA, and he literally just said, American Disability Act, and then just changed the subject.
It's evolving.
That's DeFi for you folks. So until DeFi is just a couple clicks, it's going to struggle with widespread adoption. Now, usability is also good for regulations. Regulators will have a harder time to say something like, DeFi is too risky for the average retail investor, so we need to put all these regulations in place. In a market that offers retail investors a safe way to use DeFi, we're looking at less stringent regulations, which is what we ultimately want. Now, Blockbank aims to make decentralized finance easier to access and less risky for retail investors. And they'll do this through both an AI-enhanced risk management kind of bot, which will be part of a new era of banking that they call neobanking, as well as a more customer-centric experience. Basically, they're attempting to take staking, lending, payments, and all aspects of DeFi, put those all into one platform and attempt to make it more usable. So it's quite obvious that there are ways DeFi can be significantly easier to use for retail users. And I think Blockbank using artificial intelligence to make DeFi accessible is a really ambitious value proposition. I also found that Blockbank just released their version 2 of the Blockbank app just this month. And this means that more Blockbank users will be locking up their tokens to earn yield for an extended period of time. And this has a secondary effect that fewer people will be selling the token, which is of course great for the price. But again, that doesn't mean that there's no risk. This is still very risky for being so small, just maybe not as risky as some of its peers. The downside is that Blockbank is still only several months old and has a long ways to go before the tech they're building is completely delivered. Now, moving on to number 4. Disclaimer here, this project is very small, and again, my talking about it is not my endorsement. The reason that I'm bringing it up is because I think it has a unique idea that I haven't seen elsewhere. It's called KIBA Inu. Yes, like Shiba Inu with a K. So I came across this because sometimes I'll look at coins that are trending on Twitter, and this one took my attention because I read how the team aims to restore the integrity to meme coins. And I thought, this is pretty interesting. They're aiming to be a meme coin platform with anti-scam measures to verify that meme coins aren't rug pulls. So you might hate this one, you might love this one. This is up to you. I'm just reporting on it. So KIBA Inu is planning to build their own DEX with something they call a honeypot checker. So the honeypot checker vets memes, meme coins, which come to launch on the KIBA DEX. All users have to do is copy and paste a contract address, and then the honeypot checker will validate if that token is safe or not. They also plan to build their own launchpad for meme coins, their own metaverse, which everyone's building a metaverse now.
Hi, I am Tesla Bot.
And an NFT marketplace. A few details about this project that tell me that they check out as legitimate include being audited by Surtech and a listing on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, but again, they're small, so please do your own research always. Now, last on this list, I want to talk about a token that came to my attention called MAT, M-A-T. This is the token for a blockchain/NFT game called My Master War. My Master War is a free-to-play, play-to-earn game where you take on quests, fight PvP in the arena, and engage in expeditions. As you level up, you can start earning these MAT tokens, which can then be sold on an exchange. But here's the kicker. The game is designed to make you not want to sell these tokens. There are incentives to enhance your VIP level in the game, which gives players exclusive daily benefits depending on how high their VIP level is. So this is going to be an interesting aspect to the tokenomics to see how this plays out over time, if in fact people end up hodling their coins for more value in the game instead of actually selling them. Now, one cool thing about this game is that they've announced plans for players to be able to rent out their heroes to other players who want to use them. So kind of like a passive income through NFTs. Something you may be interested in here is the game is actually playable now and you don't have to buy in to play. So you can play and decide for yourself if this game will catch on in the future. Now, I do think that we're in a strange place with NFT games right now where many of them have extremely high market caps with either no playable game at all or a game that simply isn't fun to play. And I think that we'll see this change dramatically over the coming years, especially with the amount of money in this space. Now, there is a downside to NFT gaming in general. Even the largest games are high risk because games inherently lose popularity over time. This means that I foresee many crypto games popping off, exploding in growth before slowly fading away over time. I think this is an interesting space, but very, very risky. For safer bets in the NFT gaming space, you can focus on projects that are either gaming platforms or those who offer tools to game developers in the NFT gaming space. Now, I know I'm a broken record here again, but These are very high risk. This is not financial advice. Please don't invest in risky bets with any amount of money that you can't afford losing completely. And there you have it. If you'd like additional private content, my buy alerts to see which investments I'm actually making, a private community, make sure you go ahead and join my Patreon, linked in the description below. You will not regret it. It's the best deal in town. So I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a profitable day.